The Earth was dying. Centuries of unchecked consumption, wars over dwindling resources, and the relentless march of climate change had left humanity teetering on the brink of extinction. The skies were perpetually gray, choked with ash from volcanic eruptions triggered by tectonic instability. Oceans boiled under relentless heat waves, their shores barren wastelands where nothing grew. Cities that once thrived as epicenters of culture and innovation now lay in ruins, swallowed by nature's wrath or reduced to skeletal remains by scavengers desperate for survival. Humanity's last bastion of hope was the Ark, a sprawling orbital station orbiting what remained of Earth. Built during the final years of unity before global collapse, it housed 10,000 souls chosen through rigorous selection processes. Scientists, engineers, doctors, farmers, artists, the best and brightest, meant to preserve human knowledge and ensure its continuation. But even here, hope was fading. Supplies were running low, systems failing faster than they could be repaired, and morale among the survivors plummeted daily. They clung to life like sailors clinging to driftwood after a shipwreck. But without land in sight, despair began to take root. Commander Elena Vasquez stood at the observation deck, staring out at the desolate blue and brown sphere below. Her reflection shimmered faintly against the reinforced glass, her face lined with exhaustion. She had led this mission since its inception, guiding decisions with unwavering resolve. But now she felt hollow. Every calculation, every contingency, plan, every attempt to stretch their meager resources further, it all led back to one inevitable conclusion. Humanity's time was up. Behind her, footsteps echoed softly across the metal floor. It was Dr. Arjun Patel, the chief astrophysicist aboard the Ark. His usually calm demeanor was replaced by an uncharacteristic urgency as he approached her. "Elena," he said, his voice trembling slightly, "we've run the simulations again. Same result. If we don't find a solution within 6 months, we'll lose critical life support systems. After that..." He trailed off, unable to finish the sentence. Vasquez turned to face him, her jaw tightening. "Then maybe it's time. We stop chasing solutions that don't exist," she replied, her tone sharp yet resigned. "Maybe it's time we admit defeat." Patel shook his head vehemently. "No. There's still something we haven't tried." She raised an eyebrow. "What could possibly be left? We've exhausted every option. Terraforming Mars failed. Deep space colonization is impossible with our current tech. And contacting alien civilizations has yielded nothing but static for decades." Patel hesitated, then exhaled sharply. "Not every alien civilization." Vasquez froze. She knew exactly what he meant. For years, rumors persisted about another species, dangerous, unpredictable, and utterly unlike anything humanity had encountered before. They called them the Zenthari, though no one truly understood what they were. Some believed they were gods. Others thought they were demons. All anyone knew for certain was that they existed somewhere beyond the galactic rim, their presence whispered about in fragmented signals intercepted by long-dead satellites. "Arjun," Vasquez said slowly, her voice laced with warning. "You know what they say about the Zenthari. Even if they're real, and that's a big if, they're not exactly known for being friendly." "They're not known for anything," Patel shot back. "That's the point. What do we have to lose? If we send a message, maybe, one, small chance, they'll respond. Maybe they can help us." Vasquez stared at him, weighing the risks. The Zenthari were myth, legend, nightmare, all rolled into one. Stories claimed they consumed entire worlds, reducing civilizations to dust. Yet, amidst those tales, there were whispers of salvation, too, of planets reborn under their watchful gaze. Could such beings truly exist? And if they did, would they care enough to save humanity? Finally, she nodded. All right, let's make the call. The transmission room buzzed with tension as technicians worked feverishly to encode the message. It wasn't just words. It was everything humanity had ever been. Art, music, science, history, all compressed into a single burst of data intended to cross the vast void between stars. At its core was a plea, simple yet profound. Help us. As the countdown began, Vasquez found herself standing beside Patel once more. This time, however, there was no arguing, no debating. Only silence filled with unspoken fears and fragile hope. "Do you think they'll hear us?" Patel asked quietly. "I don't know," Vasquez admitted. "But I do know this. If they don't, we're already dead anyway." The signal launched, a needle of light piercing the darkness of space. Days passed, then weeks. Morale aboard the Ark plummeted further as doubts crept in. Had they wasted their last hope on a fairy tale? Was the universe truly empty, indifferent to their plight? And then, on the 47th day, something happened. A response. It came not as a gentle reply, but as a storm, a torrent of energy that overwhelmed the Ark's sensors, forcing everyone to shield their eyes as the lights flickered. Wildly, when the chaos subsided, a single word appeared on every screen aboard the station. "We come." Panic erupted instantly. Some cheered, believing salvation had arrived. Others screamed, convinced doom was imminent. Vasquez ordered lockdown protocols, preparing the Ark for whatever might emerge from the depths of space. Hours stretched into days as the crew waited, watching the monitors with bated breath. When the Zenthari finally arrived, they defied description. Their ships, organic constructs pulsating with bioluminescent hues, dwarfed the Ark, casting eerie shadows across its hull. Tentacles of pure energy snaked outward, probing, scanning, analyzing. Then came the voice, not heard but felt, resonating directly within their minds. "You called. We answered." Vasquez stepped forward, her heart pounding. "We are dying," she said aloud, knowing somehow the Zenthari would understand. "Our world is lost. Our people are fading. Please, can you save us?" For a moment there was only silence. Then the voice returned, colder now, tinged with disdain. "Why should we care for your kind? You destroyed your home. You consumed without thought. Why should we reward such foolishness?" Vasquez swallowed hard, fighting back tears. "Because we've learned," she said, her voice steady despite her fear. "Because we want to do better. Because even though we've made mistakes, we're still human, and we deserve a second chance." Another pause. Then, unexpectedly, laughter, not cruel but amused, almost curious. "Very well," the voice intoned. "Prove your worth. Show us that humanity is more than destruction and despair." With that, the Zenthari vanished, leaving behind a seed, a glowing orb hovering silently in the void. Inside it, new possibilities awaited. Terraformed worlds, advanced technologies, untold wonders, but also trials, challenges designed to test humanity's spirit, ingenuity, and resilience. As the crew gathered around the orb, awestruck and terrified, Vasquez allowed herself a small smile. The road ahead would be fraught with danger, but for the first time in years, she felt alive. Hope burned brightly within her chest, fueled by determination. Humanity's story wasn't over yet. End.